It's our off-air pod show. It's our off-air pod show. We all love the Orbla blah blah Frampa Joe.
Yes, hello, it's the Off Air Podcast. I am Liam. I have a small bit of business, Ben.
Hello there.
Good to have you back in the saddle there, Captain. Belle.
Hello, but is your business a bit because it's something that I want to bring up?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, if you've got
Is that the
some
audio
business.
business?
Oh, yeah, I've got 2 bits of business, actually.
Okay.
I've always got a bit of business.
I've also got some business that I forgot to
Yeah,
flag.
it's just like push come to
really?
shove. We've all got business. I think we ditched this whole flagging
I
business
like the
thing.
flagging, so I like
Yeah.
when everyone says it up front and then we're across
We
it.
know how
I
busy it's gonna be.
I forgot to flag my business and I apologise.
Okay. Prod Andy.
Present and yield my time for business.
Prod Tina.
Hello and no business.
And Prod Jack.
G'day.
That's the gang at the moment.
No business, Jack?
Business or no business?
Well, I feel like if you don't say anything, no
you'd be-
business is
you'd
implied.
assume-
You only
There's
have
no
to flag
business.
your business.
Yeah,
And the
and
fact that Andy yielded his business tells me he had business, but
Yeah.
he chose to yield it
No,
for another day.
every day I'm allocated spot, and today have given my spot.
God bless you.
who allocated you a
But
spot?
then hang on, that's like Jack having a spot and then yielding
Yeah.
his
Well,
time.
6:20.
we wouldn't be doing an off-air podcast if it wasn't for me. So it's my
wow.
show,
Andy
and
started it, yeah.
and the only thing I ask for is an allotment of time every day, and I don't always take it. In fact, I rarely do.
How much
Sometimes
time?
it yields.
How much time would you like, just so we know in the future?
Well, I don't know.
Like a tight 5?
I think like as
8?
as a rough rule of thumb, 5 to 8. Yeah,
5 to 8.
But I
Alright,
don't want
cool.
that. I don't want that tonight.
No, that's
Yielding
okay. It's good to know.
Yielded his time? Whoa.
Well,
Time yield.
well,
Whoa.
Let's do the time yield again. Bring Joe Gracie in.
My favourite yield is Amazing Race, when they have to
I
yield.
love The Amazing Race and I love yielding.
My favourite yield
Roadblocking.
is...
yeah.
What's the one where they have to do one or the other?
There's a roadblock and then there is starts with the D, isn't it?
Detour.
Detour.
That's it.
My favourite yield is in the end of the first June film when Paul Atreides makes Janice yield. And he says, "Do you yield?" And they all go, "Oh," because he doesn't know the way of the Fremen yet, and they don't yield. And he beats him again and says, "Do you yield?" And then he ends up having to kill him.
When you say the first June, you mean the recent June or the 1980s June?
Oh, I mean the recent... I don't mean the Sting June.
The Kyle MacLachlan June.
Yeah, and Sting was in it.
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Is he the one with the hat?
Yeah, no, it's very strange. But also it's the guy who did Twin Peaks.
Yeah, Kyle MacLachlan. Yeah.
Oh, no, but the actual director of Twin Peaks.
Yeah, David Lynch.
Yeah, David Lynch, yeah. I went to see
Both
June
of them.
2 last night. Really good film. It was actually banging.
Did you get me a
So,
bucket?
were
Bro.
they buckets?
No, they were all sold out. If not, I would have got a June 2 bucket with extra butter, no popcorn, and gone to see Madam Web. Yeah, no worries.
Your date night looked very cute, and
Yeah.
you went to a place that it's been on my list for a while that I still haven't gone
Carlton
to.
Wine Room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I came in steaming from Adelaide after a Bucks show and was like, oof, it was an 8:40 movie, but like unfathomable to do something like that on a Sunday
167
night.
minutes too, runtime.
Yeah, it was long, so I sort of like got home at midnight last night. But I honestly was like, there's no way I'm staying awake in this movie. I just thought I'd fall asleep because like big dinner, dark room, comfy
You
chair.
had some wine as well. I saw the photo
Yeah,
of you having
big
wine,
June
and I knew
bucket.
that you'd had the
Big
big weekend.
jar.
Big boy.
After I've had my June popcorn bucket, often,
I'd say you need to eat after you've done with that.
yeah. But no, I loved it, and I just want Andy.
The bucket of the movie.
Oh yeah, both. I want Andy so badly to get onto it because you love it. It's
June.
so cool. I honestly, last night being there, I was like, I feel like this is what it would have been like for like Empire Strikes Back or something when people in the cinema leaving, being like, in the 80s, this is what it would have
That's
been
a
like.
huge call.
No, but I honestly, I know June is. They just cooked the movie ages ago, and it's an old book, but it feels like.
And they made it in the
it's-
80s.
Yeah.
And they stuffed it up.
But it feels like they you are kind of a part of something at the moment. Going to see it. It's
Okay.
cool.
I'll
Especially with those buckets, man. Everyone's having a great time in there.
yeah.
I can't.
I'm glad it was IMAX. So it's super loud. So
I'll have a crack. I'll have a crack this week. God bless.
You will froth it.
All
It's so cool. It's really great. Anyway,
I was talking to Andy about how I can't suspend my disbelief for some actors. So when I see Timothy Chalamet on the screen, I don't see his character.
You
and this
see
is
Willy,
not
you see Willy Wonka.
no, I don't see his character. I just see, there's Timothy Chalamet. I wouldn't remember his character.
it's also funny how they.
And that's not his fault.
Obviously,
That's
Timothy
like Brad
Chalamet.
Pitt for me.
Yeah.
Can't watch anything with Brad Pitt because I'm like, well, that's Brad Pitt.
Timothy Chalamet was at Petra the day I was there on my honeymoon.
Petra?
Yeah, Petra.
Carved into that
one of the
rock.
wonders of the world.
Oh.
Yeah, in Jordan.
Natural or man-made?
Man-made. Yeah, it's where they carve it.
Jordan.
They carve the old buildings into the stone. You know it as soon as you see it. You know it as soon as you see
I
it.
do not. Yeah, no, sorry.
It's like Indiana
And-
Jones, like, right? It's in Indiana Jones.
Is it? I'm not too sure. But my wife
And he
Sam and
was
I went there to explore it. Didn't see him there, but so we went there. And then later that day, he uploaded a selfie, and there was nobody there. So he must have either gone a day we weren't there, and they closed the whole thing off,
Yeah.
or he went really early that day.
Okay.
Oh, so they closed it off.
They opened it up
Close
to him.
celebrity running
It's
league.
also
Yeah.
funny
Yeah.
in the news.
Yeah, close. They were there, but I think that's like when we saw George Lucas at the food court.
Yeah, George Lucas, yeah, the Maya food court.
No, we had lunch there and we left, and then it was like he was there. And
Could
we're
that
like,
be a
God.
bit-
Yeah,
Could
like half an hour later, the story was up.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it's funny how they have Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya, and now in the new one, it's also Florence Pugh and Austin Butler. They've just put all the it people in it. But it's like it's a cool. It's awesome. I think you'd even like it, Belle, to be honest. It's like
Would
You
Tina
said
like
some
it?
nerdy word before and
Fremen.
something, and you did that with your hands and turned me off it. Yeah.
Would
Ti-
you-
would
Yeah.
would
What's your
Tina
take, Tina? I reckon Tina would dig
would
it.
Tina like it? I haven't seen
Tina,
it.
you
I
become,
haven't seen it.
you were like a fan of stuff though. Like you get around things. I feel.
I like the things I
Fan of
like. Yeah.
stuff. What a broad statement.
Confirmed fan of stuff.
Tina, you like things?
No, but I think we can all.
You're a fan.
No, but you lean in. Like you, like the F1's on, and you're like, oh, I'm all about it, and like the footy's
Yeah, but
on,
I
and you're
like
all
it,
about
yeah.
Collingwood. Yeah, I know, but I feel like you, or Taylor's here, and you're all about it. Like you like stuff.
Oh,
Touchy subject.
No, but I mean, like you like. Well,
Matchbox 20's here, you're all about
same
it.
with
Yeah.
same with Harry Styles and all that. I don't know. Okay.
Is it like sci-fi? What is it?
Yeah, it is,
The
yeah.
commercials, like the trailer doesn't look appealing.
I feel like it's fantasy more than sci-fi. I've not seen it.
what's the difference?
Oh.
And that's why I don't think I enjoy it.
Get out.
Well, I only respond to one god, and that's the Shia
Fantasy,
Lud.
fantasy is like wizards and witches and fairies.
Fantasy,
and
sci-fi is
space.
sci-fi is something. I guess broadly speaking, something that can be explained scientifically.
Are you seriously
So
saying
Star
like Star
Trek,
Wars could
Star
be
Trek would be
explained?
sci-fi,
Yep.
but fantasy would be Lord of the Rings.
Isn't Doctor
Yep.
Who sci-fi?
I love Doctor Who.
No,
See,
Doctor Who's.
Don't you would like it?
You like stuff.
You
I mean,
would
I
like
Doctor
it.
Who.
You
We
would
love
like to. Tina, I'd
No,
be surprised
Star
if you went to
Wars.
see it and you didn't like it. I would like. That's your homework. Tina and Andy have to watch
shit.
June by the end of the
Oh
week.
shit! Yeah, I don't have to do anything.
Number one?
Yeah, just watch the first one. You don't have to see the
The
second one.
can I
difference
watch it?
is that
You
Star
can buy it
Trek,
on Apple TV or Prime.
Star Trek is sci-fi. Star Wars is fantasy, and that comes from George Lucas and Mark
And
Hamill.
why is that?
Because they don't have to try and explain. It's a fairy tale. Star Wars is a fairy tale. Think about it like that. Fairy
They're all
tale is
fairy
fantasy.
tales.
No,
They're not real.
no. Okay, well then, any movie's not real.
Yeah, it's a fairy tale. It's fake.
No, but that you could describe any movie as a fairy tale. Then,
Yes, because it didn't exist.
what if it's based on a true story?
Well, then that's not a... Yeah, if it's a true story,
I
then
just-
that's like a...
I just
true
googled
story.
it. Science fiction draws on and extrapolates from what we know about our reality and science, and fantasy invents things that does not or could not exist in
That's
our
what
reality.
what Jack was saying.
Yeah.
So, Star Trek, the guy's got the bloody wrinkly head.
No, but we're not going into it. That's the best way to
You don't
describe
have
it.
a description.
No, well, I wouldn't try and describe anything to you, Belle. It's trying to describe microbiology to an ant.
Right, the end.
That is
You are the ant.
bloody shot there.
You are the ant.
Bloody
So
no.
June is science fiction. I've just looked up.
Okay,
I
cool.
could
Because I
potentially work
haven't
with
seen
that.
it. That's why I was curious.
But
yeah.
dude, like, it's just so cool. Like it's I love it. I'm so on board. It's not even, and so is Sarah
I'm
Frost
keen to
as
watch
well.
it.
Yeah,
I like the first one.
Liam's June era.
Andy.
Another
I love Liam's eras.
I'm in my junior.
Another description on Reddit is sci-fi is more speculative, like what if stories. Like what if, so for example, what if some people try to take a swamp from an ogre?
Yeah.
Well, June, yeah. Well, June,
But see, that's the thing. So, like, circling
That's a good
back,
bit.
Is
That's a good
Doctor
bit.
Who Doctor Who sci-fi
Yeah.
or fantasy?
I think Doctor Who's sci-fi.
I count it as
yeah.
sci-fi.
Why?
It's because it's
Isn't there aliens
explaining.
and stuff that we've made up?
Well,
Well, I mean, Brad Pitt's character's made up in Fight Club. That doesn't make it sci-fi.
I don't think we're gonna.
Again, I'll say it's a
quickly
fairy
though, to
tale.
Andy's point about Star Trek being sci-fi, the dude's got a wrinkly head, and that's not based in our world.
That's what I mean.
No one's got a wrinkly head.
That's
like
what
that.
I mean. Like he's like a full alien.
Yeah, it's like blurring the lines of fantasy there.
Nah, it's not fantasy.
It, like Shrek, is sci-fi.
Shrek is a literal fairy tale, which is why you brought it up. And I know it's a great bit.
God bless me.
The audio?
Absolutely not.
Got the
You
audio.
do it
Also,
time.
just quickly wanted to explain. Thanks for letting me have a day off on Friday, even though it wasn't a day off. Tribal Council voted. I appreciate that. It's carers leave.
Well, it was a day off, but it wasn't a sick day.
Yes, absolutely. Still, the
carers
sick
leave.
day ledger is still clear.
It's a small smudge on the record, but it's
Yeah.
Oh.
And Ben, I'm
Yes.
dying to ask.
Yeah.
How was your time up on the world famous?
Well, so I had the day off on Friday because my wife Sam was very sick, and she had a migraine real bad. And I must admit, whilst I was looking after her, the whole time I was thinking, it's just a headache. Get out of bed. Like, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, you're all right, sweetheart.
and I texted the same thing.
Yeah, because she was like bedridden, like she couldn't get out of bed, and we obviously had our son Freddie. And
He
I
needs milk.
and I had
Boy
to,
needs milk.
and I had to go to work, but she was like, I can't. Like, she was so sick that she was saying she couldn't even sit up
No,
to
you
breastfeed Freddie. She was that sick, and the whole time I was thinking, like, yeah, but like, how bad is it? And then the thing that made me believe her was I was in the room across from our bedroom playing with Freddie. It's at the lounge room, I guess. I was in the lounge room playing with Freddie, and I heard like a Ben. And I was like, is she calling my name? And then I went into the bedroom, and she was like, I'm going to vomit. And I was like, oh, do you want me to help you to the bathroom? And she was like, I can't get out of bed. And I was like, oh, I'll go get your bucket. And then I turned around to go get a bucket, and she vomited in the bed. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, she vomited in bed. And then I was like, I don't think you're faking. I think you're actually
it took
very
that.
sick.
It
Yeah, it
took,
did.
That's
It did.
marriage.
It
That-
took-
And we
it
haven't
took-
seen you vomit in a bed once,
No,
Bill.
it took her vomiting in the bed for me to go, migraines are definitely knocking her around. But we don't know if it was a migraine specifically because she's never had them before.
What was
Came
she
out of
explaining it
nowhere.
like? Was it her head?
Well,
like it was her head.
she had a really bad neck and back pain.
What about her?
Yeah. I've seen that coming.
Hey,
I've seen that
neck
coming
hurt.
around the
bad.
bed.
Yeah, no, she had really
That
bad
was a
back and neck
crack.
pain, and then she also had a migraine. So she's just started after giving birth 7 months ago. She just started back at the gym that week, so last week. So I was like, "Did you do something at the gym?" And she was like, "Maybe she's like tweaked something in her neck, which then caused her to get the migraine."
There's many things that can bring it on.
to bring it on. Yeah.
Mine's hormonal and stress.
Yeah.
Some people it's eating chocolate. Some people it's being
Really?
around bright lights. Some
Yeah.
people it's red wine.
Yeah.
For her, it might be a nerve
Yeah,
thing.
because she was super sick on the Friday, and then she was sick all Friday night, and then on Saturday she started to feel better.
Well, I
so it was like
texted-
after 24 hours, it kind of just gone.
Yes. So
Yeah.
well, I texted her, but it went green. So I was like, ooh. But I texted her and I just said,
You might text her old number.
oh, she got
She
a new
changed
number.
it recently. Yeah.
Oh, I sent
Yeah.
her. Oh,
She's
okay.
blocked you.
Well, I sent her a text and just said, like, you know, I really hope you're okay,
that's
and I
nice.
don't expect you to be checking your phone because when I've gone to migraine, I can't read
Hmm.
texts. So I just said, I hope you're all right. You'll get this during your migraine hangover
Hmm.
because usually the next day is like a hangover because you're so like lethargic and you're just drained and you're in so much pain still, but you're better. And then she just didn't reply, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, that might have
I
been her
hope
old
she's
number.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It was interesting as well. Like, I had lunch with Ben earlier today, and I sort of was telling him some things about the show on Friday because we were sort of asking the question. I wonder if I wonder if he's going to listen. And I was like, I think Andy and I said he ain't listening, but he might listen to the podcast. Didn't listen to either of those. So I was explaining some of the things that we did on Friday, and you said some of the bits were funny. And one bit that didn't make the podcast, which I told you, which you laughed extra hard at, is the very last bit of the show.
Oh, that sounded hilarious.
Where obviously we're like, because
did that not go in?
no, it didn't. Because everyone just has to step up a little bit. So it's like Andy had to panel, Tina had to do the phones, and I was doing Ben's job of saying, "Oh, you're on Nova," and like back announcing the songs, which normally you wouldn't hear all of that in the podcast anyway, because you just sort of cut to the beef. And I was sort of trying to wrap the show up, and then Belle sort of took it from me, and she was wrapping it up, and I was like, "Okay, well, you
Be
got,
my guest."
you got it, cowboy." Like, and I was just sort of waiting for her to wrap it up because I was like, "Okay, well, she's said everything that needs to be said."
I thought
And
we were
then you-
doing more of a dance. Like,
No,
I
I
thought
was
Liam
sort of-
said a bit
it
at
was
the start,
like-
and I said,
it was
okay, I'll
literally
take
like we
this
had a
bit,
tight-
and then he can do the
We had a
end
tight
bit.
break, and it was like, let's just like say what Smallsy's got coming up, and then finish up.
Small's coming up, podcast, blow.
Literally, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
We're out of here, and then she was slowly like running out of steam, and I was like, "What's happening here?" And then she
Liam's
just went.
face was
She
deceiving.
just stopped and went, and that's it. And I was like, No, I was wanting to see if you had it in you to wrap the show up, but
I thought we were
didn't.
doing like a two, like a.
So what was
you
he
did the
supposed to
start.
say?
Well, so Liam did like the top as he'd been doing the whole show.
But you didn't really
and then I
leave me
thought,
anything
okay,
to
I'll
say.
Do the
It
meat.
was like-
I'll
Yeah.
do the meat, and then I thought you'd kind of as like the anchor of the night would be
don't do
like,
the
all right,
meat,
have a great
Bill.
weekend. We'll catch you
gag.
Monday or whatever.
Vegetarian.
But then because Liam's face was kind of like.
She locked up.
And so I thought, oh, okay, he's like waiting to take it from me. So I
Yeah.
looked at him and he was kind of like, and I was like, okay. And then I stopped and he just kind of went.
It was like we had
Like,
it was like the captain of
okay.
the ship was away, so
Yeah.
I I had like a work experience, a pilot in the cockpit, and like,
Pilot?
and
got a
I was
ship
sort of
and a
like,
pilot.
I'd done all the checks, and like, we're about to bring it down, and I was sort of like looking at my
Brought it down on
clipboard,
the
just
hub.
like,
ship
and then she was like, oh, she forgot where the dials were.
Belle
for
came in,
there was
step
like-
aside, I'll deliver this baby.
Yeah, there was a split second where she was like, oh, well, I forgot where the buttons are.
No, it's like I came in to wipe your forehead of some sweat, and I said, "Don't worry, I got you. I'll help you."
It
here.
sounds like
Cover
you,
his
you
eyes.
can land the rest of it.
it sounds like you were trying to deliver the baby.
Yeah.
Andy, you were in the room. You were sitting where Ben was
Andy,
sitting.
how did you
What did you
sense
feel?
Well,
about
what
it?
I will say is the whole operation fell to shit without you.
That's good to
Yeah,
know.
totally.
The whole
That was
operation fell to
horrendous.
shit without you.
Reassuring
Oh, it was a
for me.
terrible show.
I
I don't think it was a terrible show.
Oh my god, it was the hottest pile of shit.
no, I don't think it was.
Okay,
so bad.
can we have a bit of?
Call.
It was so bad.
I don't think it was that
We all
bad.
left the show saying "good show today,
Liam,
guys." I
Liam.
vividly remember you saying
As
that.
someone who didn't hear the show, Liam said it was a good show, and I trust
I
his
said it
word.
was a good
show.
He's
It was a good show.
he's normally overly
I,
harsh.
I would be brutal.
Classic
on it,
overthink.
but-
Yeah, Tina was a ball of stress. A ball of stress there.
Good job.
Liam gave you a glowing review.
Thank you,
I
Liam.
know, she did a great
Yeah,
job,
Tina did a
but
great
she was
job.
outwardly like, I likened it to a surgeon that was saying, I don't know how I'm going to go.
To be fair, I wasn't stressed till you were like, okay, it's your time now. Like, this is your time. And I
put
was
it
like,
on her.
oh shit, okay, like now I'm like.
Well, what do you want me to
pressure.
do? Clean myself?
Yeah, what was
You
he
could have
supposed
just
to
not
say?
said
Well,
anything.
no, yeah, don't go. Joe, you better not
Liam,
Yeah.
F this up. to
Liam
me.
was in the worst mood ever.
Yeah.
You were,
No.
you were in a
This is
shocking
the
mood,
thing.
man.
Ben, you'll
Are you
understand.
kidding me?
You know when Liam
Shit.
shoots his like show period where he
Excuse me, I was leaving the
he
room.
hates everything sucks, and then he like over caters for things,
Belle,
and then I was like,
That is
okay,
such
you just,
bullshit.
like-
I was out calling women in Townsville, setting bits up
Which was
while you were
great.
scratching your ass. I was actually going out and thinking of bits and getting them in the can.
Great
Jack
bits.
got yelled at.
I don't remember that.
What did you
The
get yelled
pod dog.
Oh,
Jack
yeah.
Jack was out there
Oh,
going
that-
there. Liam's like, oh, look at this
I had it. No,
You know what? You know what?
I'll agree. In Wednesday's off-air podcast, I was grumpy, but I had a calm hand on
pod
Friday
dog.
night.
I think Belle's right. I think you had your show period a little bit.
When?
When like so I thought Guy Williams was excellent, and you were cutting it to within an inch of its life, and you're going, don't rate that bit.
Yeah, okay, I didn't
And then
rate
you were
that bit
coming
too
in
much.
like
love
as the
that
song was
bit.
finishing, so we're like, Liam, come in. So you're leaving this studio to go.
So hang on. So you're saying,
I
sorry,
like it. And I
in
was like,
between the
dude.
songs, I was rushing out, editing an interview, rushing back in, and didn't think it was up to standard, and you're having a crack at me.
I'm not having a crack
Oh
at you.
my god! I was
I'm
the
not
one
having a
editing
crack
it.
at you. I'm not having a
was
crack at
just
you.
like, we
I'm
thought
saying
it
you
was
you were maybe I'm overplaying my hand here. You were a bit uptight. I think without Ben, the operation went to shit a bit.
I think knowing exactly the vibe of Liam, I know the Liam mood you're talking about, I know it very well, and I think that's probably one of my skills that I bring to this team is if he's in that mood, if I tell him it's good, he'll probably believe me.
Yes.
But if he gets in that mood, it's hard to get
Whereas
him out
like
of it.
Andy's paneling, and I kind of did the thing where like Liam was like a whirlwind, so I just kind of like sat and
You're,
kept out of
you're,
the way.
you're not off the hook. You were
Are you kidding me? Oh,
you were in a terrible ball. You were worse than Tina. Way worse.
Oh, stress.
Way worse.
Yeah,
In
you were a bit-
terms
you were a bit
of
stressed.
what?
So I thought Liam was a bit uptight.
Yeah.
Because I think he was overthinking things without Ben, and he would leave the room and you'd go, God, Liam's in one of those moods again.
I was rushing out trying to edit my 2 bits that I'd brought to the show,
Yeah, I'd be like,
and,
Belle,
and I
was
came
like,
back
"Are you
in
okay,
and
Belle?"
I said, can we get a bed for that thing?
You know, when she bites her nose. Yeah, it's a shit. And this is
Liam kept going to edit something that was perfectly fine because he was overthinking it, and I didn't matter what I said. So I
But
just
it was
thought, well, I
it was a
just gotta sit
7-minute
here.
interview. We were going to air a 7-minute interview, I reckon. I turned it into a 4-minute chat, which was subpar. Well, you just
Was
wanted
that
to
the
just
guy
air
with
it
the
like you wanted to air 7 minutes of it.
No,
Wouldn't have thought so.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the 4-minute cut. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
having
good.
come into it
Do
blind.
you know what was the moment that that Liam went from being in a great mood, because I think you were in a great mood after we did the Townsville lady, and then we did the prereq of Guy Williams, and the intro, Belle butchered it, and that put you offside in a big way, because you wanted to play REM's Shiny Happy People, and Belle was like, I don't know about that song, and you were just like, go with it, just go with it. And then she didn't go with it. You played it. Guy was on the phone, and Belle was like, "Why would you play this, Liam?" Like in the bit, and you were like, Liam did a thing where he's like, "Let's go from the start. Go from the start." And from that moment on, you're in the hump with Belle, I reckon.
No, I wasn't.
What Andy's saying to me.
This is all news to me.
Absolutely.
Can I just
Liam
say,
waving his arms is such a prereq Liam move. Where he's like, no, he waved
And
his
then,
arms.
to be fair, we moved to him, and he couldn't hear us because his phone line was shit.
Yes, that is
So
also
it was a disaster for a thing that was 4 minutes. It took us about 25 minutes to get in the
the
camp.
notorious 610 quiz.
That was
happened
annoying.
Where when Ben's away, the 610 quiz is just like kind of, I don't know. Sometimes it just gets out of hand a bit.
I must admit, I really want. I hate not coming in, and it wasn't until Sam vomited that I texted you guys and said I'm not coming in. Because in my head, I was like, if she can just breastfeed him and like watch him, like if she can keep an eye on him,
eyes on him.
if she's got eyes on him to make sure he's okay, and she can like get him into the crib at 6:30, I was like pretty confident she could do it. And then when she vomited in
You
bed,
can
I was
do
like,
it.
that's
You
when
can do it.
that's when I messaged and said I can't come in.
Everyone's talking about how they had the worst day of their lives on Friday. I now feel like I'm
I
the
thought it was
kid.
actually pretty good. I must admit, I left being like,
No,
that was pretty good.
It was good. It was a great show.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm the kid playing Guitar Hero whilst their parents are arguing in the kitchen getting divorced. I had a great
I
day.
thought
I
you
had
were
nothing
having a good
wrong.
time.
I didn't think it was bad at all.
Yeah,
Oh,
neither.
no way.
I
Everyone's yelling
honestly
at each
left
other.
pretty like, oh yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm excited for? There's only one combination of this show that has never aired.
Me and
Ben
Belle.
and Belle.
Oh,
Which will be pretty wild.
There has never been.
no,
it's never been.
It's an
We've
interesting...
done 11 shows now.
Of just you and I?
Bell
Yes,
and then however many hundred Ben and Liam, like, well, shit.
But
loads, don't know.
I think it's interesting, and I'm actually excited to do one. But I think it'll be smoother than if I'm not here, because the show will run more normal.
Because it's
As
not
in, like,
the panel.
Yeah. And
Andy's
producing,
outside the
you'll be
studio
doing
with
the buttons,
Tina.
yeah.
I'll be doing the buttons.
Yeah.
It'll probably lack
I'll
a bit
play
of
Guitar Hero.
Liam flair.
Yeah, totally.
There'll be less harumphing around long
Hey,
prereqs.
I am all up
I-
for turning into ABC for a show and just doing like gardening chat.
I'd
and
say
some,
that
you know.
There'd be less old women getting harangued.
I would say the show without Liam would take a massive hit on storytelling and like reacting to things.
Yeah.
It'd be a very topical kind
Yeah.
of show, I feel.
But topical, Liam's strength is pointing out the thing that everyone's thinking about a thing.
I also thought Belle's story was really. I said how good
was
your story was,
fantastic.
your Spank story. I said that was great.
Oh, thanks.
So,
Belle,
yeah,
you
I wasn't in a hurry.
you said the show was, and I quote, a hot pile of shit.
Felt
No, it
in
was
that
not. It was a great
studio,
show.
it just
No, she said
felt
that
like
a
a
hot
show.
pile
10
of
minutes
shit.
ago.
It was a great show. It was just. It was just. It felt like you were on a leaky boat without you, sir.
Well-
Speaking of Bell ruining things,
Yeah,
let's
should we
all
get to
enjoy
that
it.
audio
So,
we've been meaning to
so
play?
this is kind of like this. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I probably should have clipped that bit of the end of the show, and it wasn't that bad actually. It
Yeah, I
was
was
just, it was just
keen to
her
do
saying
that.
that's it, and I just sort of laughed at it. But this was a similar sort of deal. Like we're actually off next week, just because oh my god, we work so hard.
It's survey break.
And
Yes.
we have cut one of our weeks off.
Yes.
So, we're only doing one week.
Normally we get 2 weeks at this time of year. We're taking one, but we're going to take an extra one later in the year.
We're losing the room.
Yeah.
fun. Anyway, so we were recording it's like a best of show next week, and we were just recording all like the tops of hours. So saying like, hey, up next, this and that and this. And
Yeah, it's
it's like,
basically like, it's the top of the hours when you go, good evening, Australia, coming up. We're going to be asking, where'd you lose your pants? But after this,
yeah.
Liam almost got divorced.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And like we like smash it out and like do like a whole week of it in like I don't know, it was
Yeah,
like 20 minutes.
20
like,
minutes,
yeah,
yeah.
it's wild. Anyway, there was like and for most of them it was like kind of like, yeah, cool, I remember telling that story, I can hook that, like I can remember what I said, a few
Yeah.
months ago whenever I did that. And a moment came up where there was something for I think it was like a love rap, and Belle asked if she could do the hook. The hook was worst response to someone saying, "Will you marry me?" And we were just about to kick into it, and Belle asked if she could do the hook, and it sort of fell on deaf ears in the room. But just have a little listen to how it played out.
This is unedited. This is an off-air conversation, as off-air as it gets because the mics were rolling. But this is us just being us.
I saw this happen, but I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't hear it, and I was like, "What the hell's going on there?" So I'm excited.
All right, enjoy.
Can I do the hook for Love Rat? Is that okay? Can I just say, and up next, well, no, that's a no. I'll just back
We'll let you do a hook in
in
the next one.
No,
You can do it.
fine.
You can do it. Just
No,
make
it's
it good.
fine.
No, you do it. No, you do it. I want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Okay.
Good evening, Australia. It's Late Drive.
And right after this, we want to know on 13 24 10 the worst responses you got to I love you. I love you or will you? I realised in the moment.
I gave you a shot. I gave you a shot. I regretted it instantly.
She said,
She was fucking in the paint,
pass
sir.
me the ball.
It's like Steve Kerr, like,
feed me, feed me, feed me.
Here.
Can I just do my bit?
The whole thing again. The whole
No.
thing.
Can I still pick up?
Kick the point from the goal square.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you
So
feel,
that's
Belle?
how I'm treated.
There's
I
so
mean,
many different
To be
references.
fair, though,
You
you
weren't
did.
that treatment.
I merely
fumbled
asked,
that.
can I do the hook? And you went,
And we let you
I think
do
we
it.
knew what was going to happen was going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
just slow
Yeah.
down. Like, you can if you want, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you also can't see it. You can't hear it in that audio. But Belle says, "Can I do it?" And then I stare at her, and then she says,
And
"Yeah,
that's
You
when I
really
said,
wanna do it?
okay.
It was an almighty stare.
yeah."
sir.
And she knows the stare means no.
So I backed off.
Stare means no.
I love
okay.
how, I don't know why I was referencing episode 6 of The Last Dance,
Yeah,
where
but I got it, yeah.
Steve Kerr wanted to, and
Michael.
but to be fair, Steve Kerr actually nailed the shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well.
Unlike history did not repeat itself.
And that's
Okay, I
it.
haven't seen that.
that's okay.
Was that your business as well?
Yeah.
Oh, this
I've
one.
kind of
I
got
just wanted to
business.
remind you all about tomorrow as well.
I don't.
That I will. I've got my Vic Roads appointment.
Wow. I
So,
mean, we always rock up on
Hell of
time.
a hell of a
so-
week to do it.
I'll be here probably 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Well, 5.
I don't know. It depends how long they keep me. I don't
thought
know.
your thing was at 2.
It's
Phoning
at
it in.
3.
At 3?
Yes.
Changing the story.
Where is it? Timbuktu?
Carlton.
Carlton's only 10 minutes away from
No,
here.
I don't know. Well, how long does it take to do the license?
hell.
I don't know.
5 minutes.
I'm getting
Is
mine
it?
done the week after. I think it depends how long. If they've got like a lineup, if they're late.
Well, I've already had a Victorian license, so I already quoted that, and they've got my number on file and everything. So I'm hoping I just go in there, they take a new photo, and they go, "Yep, cool."
I'm
You're
going to
done."
ask for your advice. I've got one the week after you
Okay.
to get my license done.
Cool.
So
Well-
hopefully. But I did mine during survey break, so
Yeah,
you know, it
because
doesn't
you're a man
interrupt
who
it.
cares about the show.
Yeah.
Smart, man.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Anyway,
fully.
good to be back. Haven't looked at the Alpha Squad for a little while. Assuming
There's a good amount of memes.
It's a
There was
hive,
another good
it's a
amount of
hive
memes.
of activity.
hive activity,
Keep
and
it
that's
up.
And by the way-
that's why I mention it. I'm loving how active the Alpha Squad is.
And Crumping Chris is a bit player now. He's in there.
Yeah,
He's in the
I'll
mix.
swing around
Well
a bit
done.
in there.
Could be getting yourself a nom for Tomotwa.
Well, I mean, if Karumban Chris wins, does Liam win?
Yeah.
Crumping Chris wins.
Yeah.
So
But we
with that- so-
all know that that's like Liam
Yeah, no,
Bailey.
but
so
on
we
a,
know
on
that's
a
not-
list,
that's
say
not
in 10 years' time, we go, oh, the most wins, Liam, you've lost by 1 to Ben.
That's on
But
him.
Karumban Chris has one on there.
Yeah.
It doesn't count for
That's
him.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, Janda said that he was getting some good stats. That he was teasing a stat that he was going to get. I can't remember what it was.
Well,
See that?
If you're not in it, make sure you join it. The Alpha Squad on Facebook.
And we have a new fun cover picture.
There is a fun cover picture.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just updated, isn't it?
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but I was waiting for. I was every day. I was like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then it was done.
And you also would have noticed on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
You would have noticed that that we call it the tile.
Oh, actually, no,
But-
not this one because we still use the off-air.
Yes, but
tile.
on the regular
Yeah.
pod, the tile, the picture has changed.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I didn't even
Same
notice
with
because
the
it's still
same-
red. Ah.
Yeah.
Same with the well, we have to keep it red.
Yeah.
But it's the updated photo.
Same with the bio because it was
Yep.
a bit late to be updated.
Yep.
Apologies about that. I don't have access to that. Yeah. Anyway,
All right, God bless everyone.
Catch ya.
Well,